I did not ask for rain. And it's raining. We are annoyed. You might be a car guy if you show up at a car wash at 10:30 at night to hose out all the red transmission fluid where it looks like it's, bodily fluids coming out of the back of the truck after a murder scene. So, yeah. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Courtney. Yeah. Number one rule, always cap a transmission before you decide to throw it in the bed of your truck, because it's full of really good fresh fluid.
She goes!
Emotional damage!
So this is right after I fixed the transmission on Nick's and Courtney's Jeep. After the wreck, I found this Jeep on Facebook Marketplace, got the trailer, drove all the way over to St. Louis and picked this up from the guy. Price was right, and for what we needed for parts to fix the Jeep, hey, you know what? It was a great feeling, basically got the parts done.
When I said whoa, I mean whoa. Anyways, so yeah, I have your front frame section. Well, it's down here now. Here. Oh yeah, it's here. Here. No longer here. It's here. You're welcome. Alright, so nothing like Friday distraction. Alright, oh, trees, that. Where's it? There's the tree. So, the extra frame off of the 94 parts truck that I'm not using is getting repurposed. I'm not going to use it. I'm just hooking the chain up right now, and hopefully this pulls it off. Just have to make sure this time around I robbed a few more bits like the steering box and some other stuff. Now, I'm going to let this thing exit the chat. Here. Hope to hell it comes off the trailer without too much drama. All right, there we go. I doubt this will work, but I'm going to set my phone back here. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall off. Oh, my phone survived. All right. Hey. I'm surprised. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Oh shit, I gotta get my chain off there. Alright. Goddamn midgets everywhere. The midgety wife is with me. Alright. Perfect song for this. Let's see. And we're just back it up. And push it in. And there we go. All right.
in here into the jungle with pine trees and barbed wire fences. Get my chain back. So I'm going to tell you people's secret. Do you know why? Do you know why people always pull chains? Because it's a hell of a lot harder to push them. Alright. Got that done. And with that, we're off to pick up a Jeep. It's a Jeep. It's a Jeep that's fucking hurt. A Jeep that's going to go under a sawzall here shortly. I normally don't like touching Mopars. I just make it a personal preference. But yeah, here we go. All right, so now that we're here, coming back to pick up my friend Courtney and her Jeep that my buddy and her boyfriend Nick, jackass, wrecked back in December. And we're going to deal with that nastiness. But of course, I have sheet metal left from the Bronco that I really need to get rid of. I have quarter panels that it's whatever at this point. But regardless, I'm going to deal with this and move forward and get this done. He moved that trailer over there out of the mud pit and off of the rock pile. So, yeah, I had to sit in my garage for the last 40 minutes while the skies opened up, but I was smart enough to not pull the GTS out. So anyways, yeah, we're going to do this. Can I help you? I don't know what this little, whatever quail, seagull, freaking little thing that's hiding over in the weeds somewhere. Annoying. Yes, I hear you. Go away. All right, let's do this. Nick, smile. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna supervise this shit for just a second. So, in a couple hours, we've managed to cut this shit apart. Gotta get that.
Call us Mopar Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
But we haven't fucking consumed any of it.
No, fuck you. McTaggart can be the fucking Hannibal fucking Mopar electric.
Sorry, Brian. Them are the rules. You got the Mopar guy card.
It's so frame rail. Good frame rail. Not so good. This is the crooked frame rail. It's
Nick Boo Boo.
it should kind of look like that. It looks like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and fix this as best I can and hope for the best with this bitch. So here we go. Yeah, fucking yeah, right. All right, back to the time lapse.
Okay, on today's adventure in Jeeping, I am trying to fix this. I'm not doing this the right way, but this is what I'm doing because friends can't afford to take this thing to a frame shop, so I'm just doing relief cuts. It's not right, it's kinked, but I'm doing relief cuts to bend this rail back over, and then it's going to get replated with this section of the frame rail slid over to bend it back. Is it right? No. But is it going to get them by? Yes. This Jeep has 280,000 miles, and I'm just doing this to get it back on the road. Will it be safe? Yeah. I mean, realistically, it's safe as any other damn Jeep on the road. I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but it just took a really hard hit through here, and what I'm trying to do is I'm cutting this to relieve the stress, and then I'm going to cut out these pieces, and I'm just going to overlap it. I know the frame rail has a centerpiece in here for extra reinforcement. There's not much I can do about that. I'm just fixing this to the best of my ability right now with what I got. So, fortunately, when I cut the parts Jeep apart months ago, I didn't go back as far as I wanted to because I couldn't. I had no way to cut into this properly to get that whole frame rail. I thought I had enough, but this will be enough to fix what we got because I'm going to save this outer frame rail section and I'm just going to plate it. I'm going to leave the original radiator support mounts in place, and then I'll just have to weld these in here. So yeah, fun times. But yeah, so this is what I'm dealing with. It's not ideal, but it's something to start with. Porta power is set up so I can do this. Had to borrow one from work that had a much larger ram on it because the one I have just a tick too did not have the oomph needed to get the job done. So okay, that's not gonna work. That's too long. So sensors, the cooler lines, they're in my way. Radiator hose. See what we can do with this setup. Alright. Let's see how well this works. Okay. There we go. Is this the right way to do it? No. Push this further than it needs to be for right now. I wish I had a frame machine to throw this up on. I would really rather be doing this the correct way, but here we are. There she goes. There we go. Yeah, that is significantly, and we're gonna go. Oh. Afraid of. I didn't have the fitting tight enough. I love the fact that despite me not wanting to use channel locks, on this knurled section right now. But yeah, that's a hell of a lot better than what it was before. Now, take and come in here. And then I wonder, should I switch? Yeah, switch the direction here. These are called porta powers. So basically, hydraulic ram setups. It's not perfect, I guarantee you that, but okay, I think that's gonna be good enough. Yeah, you can see front end was definitely moving, but is that gonna be perfectly straight? No, it's still got some issues, and I think what I'm gonna have to do is get a tape measure, check from here to here, and see if I can get that radiator support. I'm gonna have to get the radiator support off of the other front support piece here, and then I'll see how it fits in here and see if it'll slide in, and then that'll give me kind of where I need to mount or weld up stuff. I've got to figure out a way to come in here and cut this damaged section out. Again, it's not right. This whole frame rail from here back should have been replaced, but they can't afford it, so I'm trying to do what I can to help. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this thing got hurt, but it'll get fixed. I'll come in here and I'll drill out some spot welds, and I will literally re-weld that inner piece to this rail just so that way it's secure. But it's not going to go nowhere. It's I got to do what I got to do to get her fixed with what I have available to me right now. So do the best job I can with the materials I've got on hand. So, but we'll get it. So I will come back to this in a minute, I think. And I need to get this cut off. So yeah, let's move the water power out of the way for now. Cut all this cut off. Working on trying to get this rail over more before I plate it. It's S-bent down at the bottom. You can kind of see it, but there's not much I can do about that situation. All I can do is try and push it out a little bit further. I need to get this upper radiator support off of this section and see if I can't get it into this. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to go about doing that, because I don't want to try bending this out. I think I'm going to have to drill these spot welds. I don't think it's a case where I really want to push the uppers deals out with a porta power. I just don't think that'd be the right way to go. But this rail is luckily, I mean, this thing got hit, so I mean, it's been damaged before. This was all crushed in, and I kind of pulled that out a little bit with the slide hammer. It didn't do much, but gonna just kind of keep going. That lower section will get cut out and replaced with that. I just haven't figured out if I'm gonna just cut these spot welds, because I mean, this is boogered up, but I just haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. So I'll come back to this in a minute. I got to think about how I want to do this.
All right, so sitting here dealing with this frame rail on this Jeep, and come to find out that, yeah, when it got hit, it bent the frame rail up, and yeah, just things are off. Well, I looked at the rest of the frame rail. The rest of the frame rail seemed okay. Behind the tire, it just bent bad in front because it love tapped a concrete bridge. So where I'm at right now is I'm at this stage. I ended up cutting this section out. I was trying to leave this to match up to the tow hooks on this, so at least it gives me some demarcation of where it needs to be. But the headache I've got is I am going to have to cut this off, even though I really don't want to, so I can slide that frame rail section here. I don't have a lot of choice because of the damage this thing had, but there's holes here, along here, where it'll get welded in, and this is not an ideal deal. I realistically, this thing really should have been put on a frame machine, but they don't have the money for a frame machine. They didn't have insurance. If they had insurance, I wouldn't be fixing it. If they would have had full coverage on this thing, it would have been totaled, and then they would have been out a halfway decent driving running Jeep. So if there is such a thing. So anyways, yeah, I'm dealing with that. I'm gonna take a break from this one. I need to get this remaining section off, so that way I can get I have to get that frame rail cut out, so that way I can get it, all cleared out, so I can get that, basically this frame rail. I need to peel all of this metal off of it. So I'm going to drill out the spot welds on this. It is what it is. And then take this whole in section cap off of this frame rail, put it onto that Jeep, or I've got to get the frame rail, what's gonna really suck is I really got to get the frame rail out of that deal, so I can slide it over this frame rail, because I want to leave this frame rail intact. But I'll get there eventually. This is not a lot of fun, but it is what it is. So, but I'll get there eventually. And then I got to get this section cut out, because it's bent. But I'm just gonna pop these spot welds. I'm gonna leave this, thinking I'm going to, I don't know, I haven't figured out, honestly, how I want to work this, but I'll figure it out when I get there. I'm not going to film too much of this, because it's honestly, I am going really slow. I'm being very tedious about this, because I'm just trying to get it done correctly. Okay. Anyways, that's all I got for now. So I don't know. I'm just trying to get this Jeep freaking get fixed, man. Alright, so started raining, and got this section removed off of here. I don't know where the hell I threw it down, but it's over there. But yeah, that chunk right there. So anyways, got this side cleared off, got it cleaned up. So I just kind of tried to straighten this as best I could. Got the frame rail section out from that one, and then got this trimmed back because I need this piece to go in there to replace what's all crushed. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with this frame rail section. I'm not really enthused right now at the condition it's in, but I'm going to have to trim the center piece out, and then I'm going to use the holes that are those 3 holes, or 2 holes, and I'll weld in there, tie it in, and then I will have to drill spot welds or drill holes, and then I'm gonna just literally plug weld the living hell out of that thing. I'll plug weld this from, as much as I don't want to, I'll plug weld it from underneath. And then I've got that other frame rail section down there, which we'll use to cap that whole area. And then I do have that other frame rail section to use as well if I need more metal, but one thing at a time. But I've got to get this frame rail. It's boogered up pretty good. But I'll get it where I can manage it, and then kind of go from there. I'll test fit stuff and see if we can't get the front end put on this thing. Probably not tonight, but I'll get it just tack welded in place just to test fit, and then hopefully I can have this thing all done by tomorrow before the rain comes in tomorrow evening. So it's been raining on and off here, so but I've been out here all day at it, and I'm going to plate that whole section with extra pieces of metal, and do what I can to reinforce it. It's a mess, but I don't know. I straightened that frame rail as much as I could before I cut it apart, but the frame rail is still, it was too high because it's bent. It goes like, here. I don't know. If this makes sense, it's like that. Not like this, it's like that. I got jokes. But anyways, yeah, so this is my mid-June, I can't believe it's already mid-June, but yeah, this is my mid-June project for this weekend. Hoping to get this thing done. I did the transmission on this thing, and I don't ever recommend doing a transmission on a Jeep Liberty, ever. I feel bad for transmission techs around the world that have to deal with these damn things. I hate late model shit. Late model shit sucks. Just overly complicated garbage. But anyways, enough of my complaining. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a Jeep, and as we joke, it's a beep beep Jeep doing beep beep Jeep things and hitting shit, Nick. So. So I still have yeah. So we still have a little ways to go yet. And I'm thinking what I'm gonna do for the short term is I'm trying to leave that
damn it. I wanted to leave this lower ledge piece, so it gave me something extra to reinforce that with, but I don't want to cut that off, but I may have to. Yep. Yep, there's the sirens. I think it must be 4 o'clock. So, yeah, I need to slide this back. I don't want to take this frame rail out of this. I need to leave this here so that way everything kind of goes back. I can tell I'm going to have to cut a little bit more of that out. Yeah, because I got okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to take and cut a little bit of this out. Let's go ahead and do that really quickly. As it sits, I got this captured nut's gonna have to go. I really don't want to do that, but it is what it is with this. Yeah, so if I clip, how much of that to clip though? Okay, I think if I cut yeah, I just got to figure out how much I want to cut out of that. Okay. Goggles. Yeah, there we go. I'm not even going to need that much up there. Yeah, I'm actually not even going to need that much. Okay. Now, I've got this frame rail section is going to go in here. I really didn't want to lose this, but I need to be able to put this in here. But I'll be able to use those punch holes here and here as alignment tabs for this. I didn't want to lose this bottom, but I don't think I have a choice in this matter because of how I'm going to have to freaking join this frame rail. I mean, I'm going to have to come up with a plate that goes from here to the original one. I mean, I got sections of that frame rail I'm going to have to cut apart and use, but I also have the other one here that I will cut apart and use to plate between here and there. So that way I'm restoring the structure. It won't be 100%, but it's what we got to work with, you know?
Okay, so we're back at this again. Oh, Once this frame rail's bent and kicked up, I couldn't understand why it wouldn't drop down. And then I'm like, duh, dumbass, this thing is up like an inch in the front. Of course, I'm doing white trash redneck things using a grinder. That apron is bent in. Wow. Oh yeah, it is. All right, so I'm gonna have to make some relief cuts to allow that thing to go back out. It's bent in. I didn't realize it was that badly bent. That's okay. That's what the joys of online now working. Sometimes you just have to get a grinder. Now, let's see. That allows me to bend that out. Now, you just have to do what you gotta do to get it done. Yep. Took me bending that to get it out. Oh, I still gotta drill that out, but I'll get there in a second. Yep, see how that went in, that needed to. We're gonna keep trying to do this. Okay, so I have kind of everything set up. Of course, it's raining right now because, you know, why not when I'm trying to work on stuff. Anyways, managed to get the rail in place. Everything is square. Everything front to back is equidistant on both rails. Height wise from the, all I can use is the ground for a reference because the driveway is flat. From my measuring points off of that side and measuring points off of this side, it's identical depth wise from that that structural piece there to here, and there to here is silly off by less than 1/8 of an inch, so consider that a win. The side apron is still a little twisted, but it's just going to have to get, after I weld this stuff up, I'll pull this in. Unfortunately, Mother Nature decided that it needed a rain, but it's coming back together. I'm going to keep working on it right now. I'm not going to weld when it's raining. I don't want to be electrocuted. Although, I don't know, I'm assuming you would get shocked, but I'd prefer not to find out. So just going to wait out this storm, and I'll come back to it a little bit later tonight. But I should have this all metal glued back together tonight. But hey, it's the best I could do. All right, so here we are. I'm getting ready to tack weld it. It is not pretty by any means, but I got it lined up, kind of spaced in there. All my measurements are good. Everything's crosswise, it's square. From the driveway out there, it's flat.
So distance is the same on both sides. Height-wise, it's the same on both sides. I am going to have to spend some time piecing and patching that section back in, but I'll get it there. I'm going to have to weld the bottom up, then weld the center reinforcement plate back together, and then weld the top back together, and then, you know, I'm going to plate it and everything else. Also have to deal with that side. I'm just going to tack that side up. I'm going to tack over here first, tack that frame rail, just get everything kind of in place and go from there. So wish me the best of luck, folks. Okay, so my welds, it's going back together. My welds they're gonna hold, but I had wire speed jacked up, so of course my welds look a mile high. But I don't know, I'm slowly metal gluing this damn thing back together, and I will have it with the cooling system put back in it tonight, so that way it could be driven around. So I'm making progress. So I'm gonna finish welding up this side, and then I got to deal with that side over there. So, but it's not pretty, but it's almost fully welded over here. I got to come back and finish tack welding that. This frame rail is going to be the biggest pain in my ass, but I can unbolt the radiator support, pull it back out now that this is tack welded in place. So I'm doing good right now. I feel relieved. It's progress. Okay, so it's getting into the midnight hours, but back at the late Sunday night. This is just sheet metal out here. This whole piece needs to come out, but it's bent. Okay, we gotta think about this for a second, because this whole section is screwed up. All right, here we are. It's Tuesday evening, and just working on getting this thing put together. I am not really 100% happy with the fitment. I mean, this is kind of shit, but I'm stuck because of how twisted this front end actually is. Unfortunately, this is as good as it's gonna get. I need to tack it down here. I got some holes in here I gotta tack up here. I got some holes back here. Got this piece of hide. I don't know if this is something my buddy Wally, who's long since been departed from this planet, he gave me this and some convertible top material for welding to kind of shield the engine and see all the crap. So, yeah, I'm gonna do time lapse on this, but yeah, I gotta weld this up. I'm gonna weld this, and then I'm gonna go make some dinner, and then I'll come back out and grind it down, paint it tonight, and hopefully we gotta tack the radiator support back up, but then I can get, well, I got the transmission cooler I gotta do, and then get the coolers in here finally and start getting stuff put back together. So hopefully I can get this thing running and driving again, because I need to get this Jeep out of my life. So anyways, here we go. Well, it's not perfect, but it's metal glued back together. Okay, let's take this mask off. Because grinding and stuff, I just realized wear one of these. That way I'm not choking on grinding fumes. You can see how damn dirty this thing is just from wearing it tonight. All of this crap being kicked up in the air. Damn metal on the magnets on this thing. But anyways, yeah, so it is not perfect, but it's welded and it's solid, so that's all I can hope for. Radiator support's all welded, so now I can get that radiator AC condenser put back in its home. Cooler, I'm going to work on doing just the radiator for tonight, just so I can get it in, get it connected, so that way it starts the process. So yeah, I'm happy that this thing's come back together, but damn, this thing, she was hurt. Is it perfect? No. Is it fixed where I would feel comfortable driving? Yes. Because it was all out front of the frame rail. I welded the living hell out of it. It's reinforced. There's extra plating outside and in. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's back together, and it's as good as this thing can get for a Jeep Liberty with 280,000 miles on it. It's just to keep it on the road and keep it going and go from there. So, all right. I'm going to work on getting the coolers put in real quick and go from there. So it's super late. It's like after 2 a.m. Tuesday, well, going on Wednesday. I was kind of grooving to Queens of the Stone Age and wasn't paying attention to the fact that I didn't bother filming anything. So basically, honestly, it was just reassembly of this, getting the coolers back in, replace the transmission cooler with the other one that came off the parked vehicle. Slid the header on there. There's still a few things. I still have some fasteners. Have to hook up the leads for the cooling fan. Got the cooling fan put in. But sitting in there, I gotta bolt it down yet. Trying to figure out what the fasteners are for that. I think they're like M6s, but still have to do tow hooks, these caps for the bumper. Right now, this bumper is just kind of hanging on there, so it looks more like a complete vehicle. I'll pull the bumper cover off because I still need to do some other stuff, but I'm pleased right now. It's back together. So, all right. After a little bit of sleep, feeling incredibly rough right now. Anyways, so sometimes
sometimes you just have to roast your friends. And then sometimes you play a round of Grand Theft Auto 5 with your friend. The friend that wrecked this Jeep, you put him on a bicycle, give him a 3-minute head start, and then you chase him in the closest Jeep I could find that matched this thing, Jeep Mesa, biggest pile of garbage, hot garbage on GTA 5. But anyways, so yeah, I stuck him on a Jeep, and then I chased him give him a 3-minute head start, and I chased him. His penance for wrecking this thing and making me go through the effort. The other thing I realized is I like to leave love letters and sign my work, and yeah, that's all. What's the saying? Chrome will get you home. So I have can't get to it right now because it's kind of too close, but it's yeah, she's back together. I gotta go pick up a battery for it, and then hopefully we'll get the cooling system completely topped off. I put 2 gallons in. It's still, I think it takes not quite 4 gallons of coolant in the system for this thing, and I guarantee you it lost out all of it. So got ATF back over here for it, and it's going to need some of that. Power steering fluid, I do not know. I know it lost a little bit changing that cooler, but not much. But it's back together, and I'm corners of the fenders, it's a little out down here at the bottom. It's a little tight on this side, but I mean, it's she's back together, and you know what? She'll be safe to drive. That's the main thing. All right, so I'm about to do battle with my mortal enemy, aka 2002 Jeep Liberty. The ADS system, or the anti-theft, is giving us shit fits because, you know, battery was out, this, that, and the other. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna try and see if what the internet says works. So supposedly, if you take it, lock it, unlock it, of course it would be sprinkling. Let's see, maybe, just maybe, nope. I don't think it's liking the key. The other weird issue we're having is we put gas in this thing thinking it was maybe empty. But I don't know. I've got the key that worked with this Jeep, and now the stupid cluster, I don't know. It's just cranking. Okay, so that didn't work. Locking, unlocking. I'm going to try the next thing. I'm going to take and unhook the battery. I'm going to take and unhook the battery on this thing. Touch the terminals together for like a minute, 2. Then I'm going to connect them back together. See if that fixes it. Be back in a sec. All right, so it is Sunday, July 5th, and I'm running the Jeep back there on the trailer back down to Iola, Kansas, to my friend's place to return it to them. I am rather frustrated though because I can't get the damn thing to run now because the Jeep's computer has locked out. The anti-theft engaged or whatever, ADS or whatever the anti-theft is for these Jeeps, and I can't get it to run. Took it to O'Reilly's. They couldn't find a single thing wrong with it. It's not throwing error codes. I have a feeling it's something to do with the anti-theft with the key, maybe, but I at a loss. I was using the key for it, so but that kind of wraps up this whole deal with the Jeep. If I can figure out what the hell the issue with the anti-theft is, I'll do a little update. Kind of annoyed, kind of like fixed it, but I didn't fix it. So I don't know, man. It's just weird that the guy at O'Reilly's literally said he did not pull any codes off of the Jeep to indicate any issues. So I just find it really funny how the computer's got the fuel pump locked out. There's no power going to the fuel pump. Well, it's not the power, it's the ground. The ADS had power, and then the fuel pump relay was getting power. The constant 12 volt was on, but for some reason it's not closing the ground to let the damn thing run, because that's what the anti-theft is supposed to do. It locks out the fuel pump, it locks out the ignition on the truck, so, or on the Jeep. So I mean, yeah, the anti-theft's working, but it's pretty damn stupid that the battery takes a crap, and then all of a sudden the stupid Jeep, you can't get it running without taking it back to a dealer to get it to freaking unlock. Spoke with a guy, he thought it was maybe the crank position sensor has just failed, which is something common for these Mopars, I guess, but did a little learning on it. But I'm so frustrated right now. It's just freaking, this is why I don't mess with late model stuff. I just pulling a battery out because the battery had a dropped cell. We got it jumped, drove it off my trailer, but this thing's a giant metal brick now because the damn anti-theft it's locked the Jeep out. So, and I don't think they have another key. So I don't know, maybe a locksmith can come and program another key for this thing. I don't know. I am at a loss with this Jeep. Just frustrating that late model stuff, it's great because, yeah, it prevents the vehicle from getting stolen. But it's really annoying when you're just trying to do repairs to a vehicle and the stupid computer decides, nope, I'm gonna lock you out. And now it's been bricked, literally. So, I don't know. But I'm gonna just try and enjoy the drive. Got probably 5.5, 6 hours before I get home, and on my way down, and just got a little bit ways to go. So I don't know. Wanted to stay home, enjoy my Sunday, but I need to get back and deal with the GTS, work on the suspension, and I'm gonna order some carpet for it. So I don't know, man. It's a Sunday. I'm gonna just try and relax and enjoy the day as best I can. Later. Ah, yes. Roundabouts. I want to know. Oh, I know what it is. Somebody that loves to drive, that has a fun vehicle, banged a traffic engineer's wife, and that's why we have fucking roundabouts. I swear to God. Traffic engineers, please tell me where you got hurt on the road diagram. Why? Why are roundabouts? I just, oh God. Such a disappointment. No pizza at Casey's today. Very, very disappointing. But hey, 10-pound bags of ice everywhere here in town for, $2 for whatever. Out here in the middle of nowhere. Headed back home to Sabetha. Yes. Here we are, back again. roundabout. Because, you know, I just love roundabouts. Pain in the ass. Roundabout. Couldn't have just a straight highway. That makes no sense. No. We gotta have another freaking roundabout trip. I hate roundabouts. I just hate it. I don't care if they make sense. Some traffic engineer somewhere got really butthurt and decided, nope, we're gonna screw up the flow of traffic. I'm in hell!
You ain't gonna believe it, but the goddamn fucking Jeep is running. It was something fucking stupid.